What's up? Welcome back, guys. Sam and Brax here, and today I'm with Mina Elias, and we wanted to talk about how to hire a VA for just $2 to $4 an hour, and what the process is like. Because I saw what Mina's VA does. He hired someone for just $200 a month, and she's a superstar. Like
Kills it.
She kills it. She does so well, and that really is all because of his hiring process. So we want to talk about the process today here, but before we do that. In case you don't know, you can hire VAs for very cheap. And a VA, we're going to say this in the video.
For very cheap compared to a US employee.
Yeah, a VA is a virtual assistant. It's someone who can help you virtually online do tasks such as graphic design, editing, video editing, or what does your VA do?
She does basically all of my social media management. She does data entry from all Amazon. She records my profits. She records my unit session percentages. She records my receipts, my expenses. She reaches out to other brands so we can collaborate on giveaways. She reaches out to potential influencers. She's also my assistant. She creates ebooks for me. So she does a lot of stuff, and she's very good, and she's very proactive, and she's very motivated to learn more. And I will help her learn more and grow, and I will give her raises, and I will treat her amazing because she's amazing.
Yeah, and what I want to talk about here is how to find that person, because they're out there, but it's not easy to find them if you're not doing it the right way. You can put up a job posting, but then you get a bunch of people applying, and then the hard part is finding that right person, right?
Yeah.
And I think it would be very helpful for you guys for your business, because how much time do you spend doing things that you do more than once that you can easily outsource to someone else?
Yeah.
And how much time do you spend doing things that are
They're not that important to the business, really. I mean, they need to be done, but they're not the best use of your time. You don't see the CEO of like Nike like sweeping the floors, that stuff is hired. You don't see the CEO of Nike in stores selling shirts. That stuff, someone else needs to do. So your job as a CEO needs to be managing and doing the most important tasks instead of doing every single job. Initially, you're going to start out doing every single thing. Obviously, we did it. But then at some point you're gonna have to start, delegating and giving someone else those jobs that are not, the most important and most crucial.
Yeah, and $200 a month, what is that? That's nothing for us, but that's very helpful for them. Someone in the Philippines, that's a lot of money for them.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, someone who's just starting out, maybe fresh out of college or whatever, that's an amazing salary for them. I know, for my cousins in Egypt, when I told them, I'd be paying $200, they're like, oh, $200 an hour, like $200 a month. That's a pretty good salary. Like, why don't you pay like someone here? And I have my reasons. I'm not gonna say it on camera, but yeah, I mean.
I think you should be constantly making sure that you're working on your business instead of in your business.
Exactly.
And I said constantly making sure because it's very easy to forget that.
Yeah.
It's very easy to want to look at the PPC data for hours. It's very easy to want to edit your photos and make them super, super nice. And I do that. But you should be making sure to try to not to do that. So a few questions for Mina before we start looking at his process, his very detailed step-by-step process. How long did it take you to find that person?
It took me about 3 weeks.
Okay. And how much does it cost you, or did it cost?
It cost me $70 for 1 month subscription on onlinejobs.ph.
So we'll be talking about onlinejobs.ph. This video is not sponsored by them.
Yeah.
There's an affiliate link. I'm not even going to use it. So if you guys want to use it, go for it.
Shout out to Travis Marziani, CEO of Performance Nut Butter. He's the one who helped me out with this. So thank you, because it really helped me out.
He's on YouTube if you want to check him out.
Yeah.
Travis Marziani. Anyways, how many applications did you have to vet?
Well, I got maybe 150 to 200. I deleted most of them, 90% of them. Only maybe 25 got through the first round, and then 3 people got through the second round.
So let's go through the process of hiring someone with your strategy. So how does it start? First of all, you have a task or a bunch of tasks in mind.
Yeah. So first things first is, before even starting to hire anyone, you guys need to have a very detailed standard operating procedure for every single task that you're gonna delegate, and you should have a training video. So the way I do this is I have a spreadsheet. If you want, we can open it up real quick. Basically, this spreadsheet has all of my standard operating procedures. You can see here, like I have my supply chain standard operating procedure. I have like adding keywords to bulk sheets, Instagram scheduling, the Asana procedure, which is my designers, finding content and creating content for Instagram contest giveaway, like stuff like that. And basically every single thing that I do that I'm gonna delegate has a very detailed step by step like procedure so that they can follow. And then not only that, I also create a training video on it. So I'll go in there and I'll create a training video where I will physically do the thing on the computer and talk about it. So it's so easy. Oh yeah, here's like a list of all my videos, and you can see like I have a ton of videos. There's only 37 so far. There's a bunch that I still gotta record, but basically they watch the video, they see me do it, and then they can replicate it. So you need to have that first before even thinking about bringing someone in, because if you don't have that, then you're gonna have an employee, you're gonna start giving them random tasks, they're gonna do things here and there, there's no structure, they're gonna fail, and they're gonna fail because you failed to be a good manager and a good boss. So first things first, you need to have a standard operating procedure for everything you're gonna delegate, and then you're gonna have to have a training video for everything. As a previous employee, I would have loved this when I worked for companies. I would have loved to come in and get onboarded by saying, okay, here's some standard operating procedures, read it. Here's an employee handbook. I got the employee handbook that said you can't use drugs and alcohol on the job. I'm like, I know I can't use drugs and alcohol. Give me something useful. So I wish I got something like this where it's like, watch this video on how to create this, watch this video. And it's like, okay, now there's a standard procedure I can refer to every single time I'm doing this, and my boss is not going back and forth with me. So once that's all set, you have to create a job description. And the job description is going to include like a very detailed list of everything that they're going to do. And then you can sort of include like the, minimum experience, stuff like that, if you want to include that. If you don't really, have something to go off of, for me, I did social media manager, and I put like a bunch of stuff that I knew I was going to give, but I was like, what else should I include in there? So I just looked up social media manager jobs online, and I just like piggybacked off of a bunch of other company stuff, which is fine. And in there, I included three things. So the first thing is I said, if you want to qualify for this job, the subject should be, I want to work for you, open brackets, the owner of PG Sports, close brackets. So this means that I will only open up applications for people who say, I want to work for you, Paul Garino.
The owner of whatever.
Yeah.
That basically means that you're telling them to go find who this guy is.
Exactly.
Get his name.
Yeah.
And then that's how you should have the email subject that they're gonna send you for the application.
Exactly. So if you want to apply, you have to have that. So basically, it means that you are not one of those like just random like, oh, job posting, apply. You actually like took the time to read the job application. You said, okay, I need to go find who's the owner of PG Sports. You found him. It's Paul Garino. And then the subject line was, I want to work for you, Paul Garino. Second thing is, I asked them, I needed to test their English language, their ability in the English language. So I said, send me something that you wrote in 300 words of something that you wrote, or if you haven't, tell me about like your favorite like trip or something like that. And basically, I just want to see that they can write English. And then you can run it through like plagiarism stuff, so you can make sure that they didn't pull it off the internet. Third thing is, I wanted to see if they can understand context. So, English context. So I said, for these three images on Instagram, these three Instagram posts, I want you to caption them. Give me good captions for them. This way, I know, obviously they're social media managers, so I want to see that they can give me like good witty captions. They could say, what's better than a freshly squeezed juice on a nice long, on a nice hot sunny day, or something like that, where it's like, okay, these people understand like context. They can create captions. And then from that, I got like 150 to 200 applications. I deleted anyone that didn't have, I want to work for you, I want to work for you, Paul Garino. I was left with like 25. I went through the 25.
So that's amazing because it helps you. I'm sure you guys have done this before, but you put up an application and then you don't know which one's an automated message, which one is like a copy paste message.
And you don't want to go through 200 applications.
And you don't want to give someone a chance who's not serious about this.
Exactly.
Right?
And then, So then, as soon as I opened the applications, I went straight to the English language in the context, and anyone with bad English language, delete. Anyone who didn't understand how to write a caption, delete. Because I'll teach you like a lot. Trust me, I'll teach you a lot. And the SOPs will teach you a lot. But I can't teach you like all the way back from like, English. It's just too much for me. I'm not there. So, in the end, I ended up with like maybe 10 people. So out of those 10 people, I then moved to the next step, which is, first of all, I confirm. I say, just want to confirm, you're going to be working 40 hours a week, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Central Time, Eastern Time, and the salary is going to be $200 a month. Are you okay with that?
Say it again. What's the timing?
9 to 5 Eastern, New York City time.
So they work their night?
They work 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. their time.
Oh, cool. Interesting.
Which, some people, they're good at it. So
I do the opposite because it's video editing and I want them to edit when I'm sleeping. So it works out.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so I guess, it works out for them because they work during the day. But, she said, I'm okay with working 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. So it worked out for me.
So that 3-step testing process was for vetting.
Yes.
Now you've vetted who's serious, who's not, and who's qualified for English at least, and who's not. Now you give them a test.
Now I give them a real test. So,
what are you testing here?
I'm testing a lot of stuff. I'm testing I'm testing for the best candidate. It's gonna be like a tough test. It has a lot of stuff, and it's all screen recorded.
All right, let's see.
Yeah. So, you look at the test, it says for screen recording, if you don't already have one, use OBS Screen Recorder. The goal of this test is to get a taste of the daily workflow you will be performing for MMA nutrition while being assessed for your skills. Do not work faster than normal. It will result in unrealistic expectations, blah, 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 blah. So first you email me at, Mina at my email, whatever, with the subject line, I'm ready to rock.
No, first they start recording their screen.
Yes.
So they're recording their screen the whole time they're doing the test.
Yes.
And they're going to watch that later.
I'm going to watch them. So first of all, they're going to do a speed test. They're going to show me
speed test.
Huh?
An internet speed test.
Internet, because I want to make sure that their internet's fast enough that they can work, at a normal rate.
That's cool.
Second thing is they have to show me how much free space they have on their hard drive. They need to have at least I put 400 gigabytes, but I think that's maybe excessive. Maybe 200 is fine. And then second, I said we'll be posting on MMA nutrition using 5 popular hashtags. Give me 5 hashtags that you think will be the most relevant. Explain how you researched and discovered those hashtags and include it in the email. And then I gave them a link to my website. I said, find the 3 closest competitors to me. Why do you think those products are my competitors? 4, create a Google spreadsheet with the following information. Title, company name, which is my company name, leads. And then I said, make columns for the following cities, LA, New York City. For each city, give me the name and phone number of the 2 most popular cycling stores. Include a link in the email response of the spreadsheet. I must be able to edit the sheet, not simply view it. Next, it's creating content. So I said, athlete quote. I want you to find me an image of an athlete that would look good for a post on an Instagram page. Attach the image and tell me what would a good caption for that image be. Infographic. I said, find an infographic online that relates to nutrition or exercise. And then, I want you to write specific instructions to my graphic design team on how they should edit the infographic to work well on our Instagram page. Next is finding a micro influencer. I said, I want you to find me 3 micro influencers, and I give them like a little bit of description on what a good micro influencer is like. This is all to test that how good they are at researching things, how good they are at finding things, and how good they are at creating stuff for social media.
Yeah, because you want someone that solves problems for you.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm testing their mental aptitude more than if they can. Obviously I can train you on something, but I just want to see how resourceful you are.
There you go.
And then you have 4 business days to complete this task. Email me at Mina@MMA Nutrition with the answers and completed tasks and a link to the drive where you saved the screen recording at. basically this is a pretty good test. It's if you pass all of this stuff and you do it well, it's gonna give me a good look at what you're like as a person and as a worker. And so at the end, I got 3 people who actually completed the test.
So out of 100 something applicants,
Yeah.
20 something did the first vetting stuff.
Yep.
And then 3 people did this.
Yeah,
actual test.
25 people actually had the right subject line. 10 people actually knew how to speak English, and then 3 people actually completed the tough test. Some people were like, "Oh, like this is not a paid test. I'm not taking it." I'm like, "All right, well, peace." You don't want it bad enough, and I'm not just being like a bad person or anything. Like if you want this job, you're gonna have to take a test. Like that's it. What else are you doing? You're not working, and then at the end, I got 3 screen recordings. I watched them all. They were mostly like 15 to 30 minutes. And
how did you make your final decision?
so I made my final decision after interviewing all 3 of them. So I interviewed all 3 of them
After the test. So test and then even.
Yeah, after the test, I actually did a Zoom interview, and I talked to them. I asked them, questions. Where do you live? Do you have backup internet or stuff like that? Do you have a backup laptop? If your laptop goes down, do you work from home or from a cafe? What's your living situation like? Stuff like that, just to make sure that they're in a good working environment. And then I just asked them, why do you want to work for me? What do you want to get out of this job? Like, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Kind of to see what this person is thinking.
So I did a very similar process to this when I was
Yeah.
hiring my video editor. The first time I did it, it didn't work because I just put up who's a video editor, and then I got nothing valuable out of it.
Yeah.
But then the second time I did it, I put a detailed job description, and then I put a Dropbox folder with one of my YouTube videos, only the raw files.
I remember that.
And then I sent them the final video YouTube link, and I was like, make this into this.
But better.
Yeah. So obviously no one's gonna do the whole 20-minute edit, and I didn't even say that. I didn't say like give me a sample, but only like a few of them gave me a sample, and they highlighted what they're good at.
Yeah.
So that obviously told me that they can think for themselves and.
And they can actually get the job done.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a pretty good. It's again, he was testing their abilities, but yeah, at the end.
So then you hired one person.
I hired one person.
And now how do you organize the tasks and what they do?
All right. So first things first. Once I hired her, I onboarded her, and I said, here's all my SOPs. I want you to go through SOP 1 to 3 and watch videos for SOP 1 to 3. And so they went through the SOPs and then they watched the training videos.
SOP means
standard operating procedure.
Operating procedure.
That's this is how they do it in big companies. We've both worked for really big companies. They all have everything is standardized, has an SOP to it. So I made I did a lot of research on this before I dived in and hired someone, because I wanted to make sure I was gonna be like a perfect boss. So I gave her the stuff, and then I created a Trello board. So let's pop open the Trello board, and basically you'll see here I have tasks to work on, which is kind of like in the list to do, tasks in progress, stuff that she's working on, tasks under review, stuff that I have to review, tasks completed, which is the stuff that she's completed is done, and then I have a couple others, which is like quotes for my personal brand and videos. So I told her go out and find me a bunch of quotes from people, so that I can kind of like start coming up with my own quotes. This is for my personal brand.
So tasks completed, that's everything that's been completed in the past. It's all saved here.
It's all saved if I ever want to go, and you can see it's a very, very long list.
Where do the SOPs live?
So SOPs are in a Google spreadsheet.
Okay.
So
this one.
Yeah, this is the Google spreadsheet. It's called SOPs. It's on our server. I have a server, G Suite, and basically all the SOPs are right there. And then,
so what's her day? What does her day look like? She wakes up. What does she have to do?
So she wakes up. First thing she does is she sends me a video, right? So she has to record a video saying what she accomplished yesterday and what she's gonna work on today. This makes sure that I know what she worked on yesterday, and if there's something that she missed or something that I forgot to tell her to work on, I can tell her. And what she's gonna work on today, same thing. If she missed something that what she was supposed to work on, I'm like, hey, please prioritize this. And sometimes, I do that. She's like, I'm gonna work on this, this, and this. I'm like, hey, don't forget to, send this to this influencer because that's like a top priority right now. And then she has a daily workflow checklist. So as you can see here, there's like, I think 28 things in the checklist. And so send me in a daily progress video, save expenses sent from employees, record Amazon profits,
I'll put a screenshot, they can look through it.
Yeah, and as she goes through the checklist, she just checks everything that's done. And at the end of the day, everything that's checked, the checklist, she moves it to under review so I can review the checklist, and then she duplicates the checklist with tomorrow's date. So today is 12/17/19. She's filling out the checklist for today, and then when she moves it to under review, and then she duplicates it as 12/18/19, and that's a checklist for tomorrow. And basically the checklist makes sure that she's going through everything that she needs to go through every single day. She doesn't miss anything. We're all human beings. We're all gonna miss stuff. We're not perfect. So that's why I have SOPs that she can always refer to that are, set in stone, written. She has videos that if she ever forgets, I remember I fulfilled an order in the past, like how do I, do that again? She watches the video, and she's never gonna mess up that way. And then the checklist is there so she never forgets to do something.
So now what's a few big things that you really felt that you're not doing anymore, and you're like, oh, thank God I'm not doing this stuff anymore?
Definitely just managing my Instagram. I was so sick and tired of always having to create content on my Instagram. Now, I've taught her how to find and create content. Now she goes out there, she finds content, she sends it to my my graphic designers at No Limits Creatives, and basically they create content. She takes it, saves it in the right folder, and then schedules it in later.com for Instagram. So now I have the next 30 days scheduled, post scheduled for Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, whatever. Plus she has another 30 posts in process in my graphic design, in my graphic design team's workflow. So she's constantly taking care of that. Plus she takes care of all the fulfillment, all the stuff. It's amazing that I could be sick. I was sick last week, and I could be sick, and I just message to say, hey, can you please send this person 1 Hydrolite Blue Raz? And she's like, yes, sir. She goes, she knows how to do a fulfillment order on Amazon, sends it to them. I don't have to worry. I was able to travel this summer. I was in Dubai. I was in Egypt. She took so much off my plate. She really helps because, she has 40 hours a week of working, 8 hours a day. So it's she can, she has a lot of time to take care of all that stuff. Now I'm able to focus on the real stuff.
Yeah, what's a few things that you do?
Now I'm focusing on 3 very important things. First thing is product research, which is not the typical product research. I'm actually developing formulas. I'm a chemist. I have a chemical engineering and chemistry degree. So I'm actually in the lab. My manufacturer is 30 minutes away from me. I'm in his lab. We're tweaking things. We're working on new formulas that people have not come up with. So I've been able to focus on that, give back to my roots on the chemistry side. Second thing is PPC. Now I'm really taking my time, deep diving into PPC, and that's my bread and butter. And the third thing is cash flow. So cash flow, when you're starting out as a small business and you have a full-time job and this is your side business, cash flow doesn't matter. You're not worried about it. Once this is your full-time gig, cash flow is very important because it's the difference between you growing 1% a month and you growing 50% a month. If you manage your cash flow perfectly, if you understand cash flow cycles and how to reduce lead times and all that stuff, then you're growing a lot faster. So I'm working with a CFO on my cash flow projections and when I can launch products in the most strategic time, because I don't want to launch a product now and then launch it 1 month later, and then I need to order a second one for my product, and then I need to order a second one, and then I'm boom, I need to place 5 orders at once. I'm done. My credit cards are maxed out. I can't do it. I'm out of stock for a month or 2 weeks or whatever. All the hard work is for nothing. Yeah, basically those are the 3 things that I'm focusing on now. I'm focusing on having a good time and living my life. Yeah.
All right, guys, I hope this was helpful. Let us know in the comments if you have any questions. And I'm staying with Mina for a couple of weeks. Join us in the Facebook group. We'll be doing live Q&A. We'll talk about this stuff and about other stuff. So join us in the Facebook group. It's called the Brax Amazon FBA group, or there's a link in the description. And you get to ask your questions live, and you'll get to ask questions whenever you want.
And I answer all questions, unless they're stupid. I'm just kidding. There's no stupid questions.
All right, guys. Click the thumbs up if you like this video. Subscribe and click on the bell to get notified when I post.
What else?
What's the next video?
Brax hacks. We don't have any Brax hacks this time, but we will next time.
And click right here if you want to see the story of how Mina started on Amazon and how he quit his job and he's doing Amazon full-time now.
Quit my job in 6 months, guys. Legit. And I didn't make 0 to 100,000 in 6 weeks, I promise.
So click right here to watch it and I'll see you guys there. Peace.
Peace.